Hello, Gemini family. How you doing? Welcome back to Mark.after. I am Tru, your tarot reader and life coach, and I am here super excited to give you the November reading. Then we're gonna have a Celtic tarot reading, a one moonology card, and then we're gonna have at the end the beautiful legendary affirmation card. I might say that thank you so much for sticking around. This is going to be November reading. I'm really sorry if I didn't do October. I will leave a little link why and the explanation why I couldn't be so available for do this reading in this month of October, September. And that's it. Remember that none of my readings are going to be 100% accurate or is gonna determine your future. So take what you need or what you want and leave the rest. Remember that you always can check your moon, your ascendant, your sun, and your Venus. So you can always check different perspective, okay? Saying this, let's get over of the juicy stuff. So you're gonna have two cards of a general reading. There's going to be the energies around. You have Earth and Pentacles. There's going to be very related with what you think and what you attract in the monetary, financial, or what you are doing is actually attracting money and wealth for you. So I might say that you are already in the Page of Swords energy, which is, you know, that young energy that he really want to try to use the swords to like see how many movement they can do. And you know, swords is representing the thoughts, is representing knowledge, is representing education, but at the same time being page, I think, is the forever student. So when you have the Page of Swords with the Seven of Coins, the Seven of Coins is everything about harvest. It's everything about, okay, I just saw all of this, I put all of this, it's time to pick it up. It's time to see what I actually need to pick up and what I need to wait for. So when you have the Seven of Coins, you are like, okay, this is ready to pick up, this is not, I need to keep working on this, I need to keep working on that. So I do think that for being in the beginning, I think you are involved in new things that you never explained before, you never explored before, and you're already experimenting a really new areas that you've never been before. So new areas of communication, new areas of writing, new areas of can be anything, can be a collaboration, can be a new work, new job that's coming in. So you are sowing and you are planting the seeds to pick it up later, but you also are picking up a new collection, a new food. You know what I mean? New things that you was planting before. I think at some point you are gathering and you are taking a lot of stuff for you, which is gonna help you a lot. So on the center of attention, which you will start strong, and I might say Queen and King because you have the Nine of Pentacles. Bam! When you have the Nine of Pentacles on the beginning, I might say, do you achieve at some point that independent, self-contained women and man that you was wondering to be someday? So you already be like absolutely independent. You have a new, as I mentioned, I think you have a new job, or you have a new project, or you have a new conception of thinking. You are collecting and learning to do something and explore and expand something, which is makes me so happy. When you have the Nine of Pentacles on the beginning, you might say why you are so excited. I am so excited because the Nine of Pentacles is literally a badass. It's an entrepreneur. She doesn't need anything. And what I'm saying, she is about energy, but anyway, she doesn't need anything. She doesn't need someone to pick her up. She doesn't need money from someone. She doesn't need someone to pay her for her bills. She's actually shining and stunning and growing up, and she doesn't ask for anyone for her. She's moving around, she is grounded, and she is non-needy, which is a self-contained person. I think in that point, you are feeling like that. You are like, wow, I'm stepping in to a more mature state. I'm stepping in to a new phase of my life, which is gonna say, wow, I'll grow enough. I grow a lot, and I didn't expect that. So you have in the crossover, the King of Swords. When you have this, it's probably like a challenging way. Remember, the kings are always really heavy energy, more masculine in this way. And you have to bear in mind that, yeah, you are in the really good position right now. I mean, you are in a position where, you know, you growing up. But you have a really critical mind. And you sometimes get cross with people and get really into the point, even if you have the right, which is going to be, yeah, you know, you have facts, you know what you're talking about, the way that you say things can cross really, you know, savage for people. But for another side, however, when you have the King of Swords, is really good omen for entrepreneurship, with be your own boss, with speak with your own mind, to don't get in what other people think about it. And I think when you have the King of Swords, it's literally owning your own ownership. Owning your own person, your own life. And I like to have it there. The only thing that I can say is you can cross with yourself or with another people extra critical and extra picky, and not really like, because the things are not going in the way that you expected with. You are literally putting down the work for others, so you're putting down your own work because the expectation is high. Then whatever is gonna come with the expectation that you're having can cross that you can disappoint and get disappointed, or can get like, oh, this is what not I expected to see, or this is not what actually you say you're going to do. You need to be a mind that, because the King of Swords is really thin and sometimes narrow thinking, you have to expand and open your mind to understand that things can happen, and things can happen for yourself too, and things can happen for another person too. So everything, the King of Swords is really good omen when you have it with the Nine of Pentacles. It makes me happy because you are literally leading your life and you're leading your things by yourself, which I really, really like. But just bear in mind how the way you cross with other people and how much critical you are with yourself, and how much demand, you know, mentally you are doing to yourself, because it's the King of Swords. So be careful how much you are giving credit to your thoughts, and how much you are using your empathy, or which you are not using your empathy. So you have to be actually balancing that out. Why you are already excelling and why you are already getting in that point of growth is you was stuck in really mental anguish, and you have the Nine of Swords. You was there. You was having anxious situation. You was having I don't know, mental health issues. Maybe I can understand it with that, but you know, maybe you was in a situation that you say, oh gosh, you know, if you see how dark it is, it's quite scary, but on the same time you was trapped in your own mind. And with Swords, it's all about thinking, all about moving in the internal mindset and the psyche. You was quite trapped there. So the only way that you could go through it is, remember that we have, you know, new projects that was coming in, new things are coming in. I have a new job that is actually like in my door right now, or I have, you know, or I bought a house, or you know, like something new that makes you step to be more mature, to own your life, to be more in charge and be responsible with. So because that happened, so new communications and new ways of learning, and new way to study, or new ways to allow more information comes to you, new resources. You could go and say, oh, I passed through this, I own myself, I don't need anyone else. I need myself for this. Done. End of the story. So that's why you have the King of Swords too, because the King of Swords help you to detach yourself of such an anguish time. It's such an emotional and mental situation. So the King of Swords are saying, okay, I need to cut this down. I need to separate this. I need to make a gap. So that's why the King of Swords is crossing down, because it's a good and sometimes bad, because it can be really hard and can drop down the information, opinion, and can be really heavy. Can save you for so many things, but on the same time can create like a little wounds between you and your partner, between you and your friends, your family. So you always have to be managing this, because you are really clever. You use a lot of your brain, and I don't think this is a bad thing. But when you have the Nine of Swords, it's quite trapping around what you were thinking, and you was like in the hole. So that's why you say, I need to stop this cycle, I need to stop this, let's go. I need to create new things, I need to experiment new things, I need to get out of this cycle. I don't know why I was here. And what is in the front of your mind right now is the Ten of Wands. So remember, it's really good what are you doing right now, because it's owning your life, but you can feel a little bit overwhelmed. And in the front of your brain right now, in the front of your mind is like, wow, I have a lot of things to do. I am maybe overworking myself, or I am expanding, or I'm investing a lot of myself in this, I feel quite overwhelmed, or maybe emotionally. But I think because it's once, I do think that you are overwhelmed with projects. But maybe so many projects are in your head right now, and you don't know what to start first, or you don't know with what you're going to do first, or you are in a big project right now and you are like managing how much you can, because as I mentioned, you have the page of swords on the beginning, which is something new for you. It's absolutely new. You are learning through the movement. You are learning from planting the seed, because you can't control how long the seed is going to take to make a fruition. You don't know when you're going to harvest it, because this is out of your control. So you feel quite overwhelmed, but you leave behind that feeling of, the Nine of Wands, that feeling that you have to be fighting about it and that you have to explain yourself. Or when it's Nine of Wands, is going to be something that you have before, is this situation, for no matter reason, there's going to be the mental health, because it's really heavy. And I know what I'm talking about. You have to fight against yourself. You have to fight against what is here. So when you have to fight against what is here, you can lose, or you can win, or you can be stagnant, or you can be in low mood and you don't know. You can be confused. So the Nine of Wands is telling me that you are a warrior. At some point, you fight against the other nine. That is the Nine of Swords. So it's funny. You have 9 and 9. And 9 is always a karmic number. There's going to be very lessons and a karmic number. There's going to be lessons for the past life. But what I'm going to say, when you have the Nine of Wands, is you're fighting against this, and you was fighting against that. And what you have to do, and what already you did, because I think you did, is cut, done. I'm not going to talk about it. I need to move on. You have the Death card. When you have the Death card, what's going to be in the near future, this can happen now, or this already happened. And I believe that this already happened. When we have the Death card, everybody is screaming about like, I'm gonna die. No, you are not gonna die. No one is gonna die. It's a representation of ending. It's a representation of transformation. And you have, my lovely darling Gemini, you have already the Nine of Pentacles. So you're men or women, you're owning your life. So you, of course, you have to leave something behind. Because if not, you will be here forever. You will be in the Nine of Swords forever. You will be here in the mental health forever, because you didn't make an action. Because you make an action, you even already, you are overwhelmed, you are overworked, you are just putting a lot of stuff in yourself. It's because you already feel energized to do things differently. But having the Death card, which is, Pluto energy, that's going to be Scorpio, not Sagittarius, Scorpio, that is, some people say it's violent energy. I don't think that it's violent in this case. I think it's quite heavy. But it's gone. It's gone. It's done. It's leaving you. It's bye. You say bye because you fight for it. You remember that you fight for it. You fight with this mental illness. You fight against of this toxic energy. You fight against this toxic environment. Whatever you fight for, is done. That it was creating you that kind of back of your head, that kind of doubt. Because the Nine of Swords is not easy card, and you did it. It can be linked to so many things, but having the Death card in the near future, that means this problem is gone. This problem is not gonna come back unless you invite it to come back. This is another thing. But the Death card is saying, bye, transformation. It's not time to give him more energy. It's not time to give him more attention. It's not time to get over and over again to the same problem. It's over. You have to say, it's over. You know what I mean? And just carry on. The advice is the Two of Coins. You have to be really careful on where you put the money on and how you manage the money. When we have the Two of Coins, it's quite juggling between two jobs, juggling between two projects, juggling between two different incomes, or juggling to say, I spend this now, or I save this now. What I'm going to do with this now, what I'm going to do that now. And everything is about financial. It's a financial struggle. So the advice that is telling you about all of this is, learn from all the encouraging moment that you have, but don't let that affect your money or don't affect your financial statement. If you have to take any risk, be absolutely the King of Swords. Plan, organize, understanding, planning, scheduling, make everything clear for you, because that's what the King of Swords does. Clarity. Like, sweep it up, clean it out. This is what it is. End of the story. They don't go in circles. They don't go everywhere. No. They go through. When you have the King of Swords over there, what do you have to miss? So you have the Two of Coins, which is actually telling you, be really in mind and be really keep an eye, of your expenses, where the money goes, and your investments, because you are already here. And the Two of Pentacles talk about money, but I talk about time. Because everything, when you talk about time, you can touch it, but time can be monetized. So when we talk about the Two of Coins, it's talk about where you're investing your time, where you're investing your money. Is worth it, it's not worth it. That's going to be long-term helpful. That's going to be good for my work. It's good for my partnership. It's going to help me with the entrepreneurship that I have. You have the Nine of Cups, the coins on the beginning, which is entrepreneurship mindset, but you're already rolling. So it's absolutely independent. You are absolutely self-contained. So you have to be intelligent, and I think you are, to where your money goes and where your time goes. Where's the investment in time and money you are putting on? So then you have another two. So it's funny, you have 2299, you are like, here is quite repeating pattern what I see. So we have the Two of Wands. The world is in your hand. The environment around you. It's a lot of possibilities you have around. What we have Wands is all about creation. You have the power inside you to say, I have this. I have it. I just need to practice it. I just have it. I know that I can have it. I know I can do this. I know I can do that. I know I can pursue this. I know I can pursue that. So imagine the Two of Wands, which is going to be 2 wands, and then you say, I have the world. So the environment that you have around having this symbology is, you have to step forward. You have to keep moving. You have to keep experimenting. You need to conquer more worlds. You can't be all the time doing what you are good at. You have to keep experimenting things to discover what else you are good at. And that is just through action. So that's why we have the Death card. Something have to go. I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe someone that have a Scorpio energy have to go. Or you are like, okay, I have to cut it in and just leave behind this. But the Two of Wands is inviting you to say, keep exploring. And don't be in the comfort zone. Keep doing things you really loved. You're never gonna know what it's gonna be good at. So when you carry on, that's going to be the hopes and fears. We have the Five of Cups. This is something I think that time ago jumped out to my head. It's like you are a little bit worried to come back here. And probably is a matter of emotions, a matter of feelings, a matter of connections with people, connection with art, connection with hobby. Something was really contradiction for you, but on the same time you have the Five of Cups. And the man is looking for the cups who is already, throwing on the floor. We don't have more cups. It's a spit it out, but he's missing one. He's missing two that is over here that full. Where are you looking at? It's more important. Change your glasses. Look into another direction. Show it up, the things. But when you have the Five of Cups, my lovely Gemini, think about Five of Cups. You have already all of this through. You own in your life. You are becoming your own power. You are like seeding new things. You are putting things on the new table. You are creating new things. And you're going to come back to the Five of Cups. What you are afraid of. You need to actually face up your fears. You have to be... you have to have a confrontation. If you don't have anything to be afraid of, this card is absolutely nothing there. But if it's something that you're afraid of, it's time for now to adjust it. It's time to now to get face to face. And I'm talking about face-to-face with yourself. If you are already in therapy, because it's going to be the Knight of Swords. Or if you already have with work or workers, friends, but anything that you have to be releasing that you have to say, to have to do, to clean it out, to take it off, that I don't want to think about this anymore. You have to confront your fears. It's the only thing, because the Five of Cups is actually a cup, so I really do not know what to do, and I'm looking all the time with what I lack of. No, look for what you have. Look already what you are building. It's small, but maybe it will be big. But it's really fearful. So I just give you a little hint. Then, when you have the outcome, it's a card in reverse, which I hate to do cards in reverse, but you have the Five of Swords in reverse, which makes me really happy. You're gonna become really free of your own mind, but on the same time, you're gonna become free of your own self-battle. And I'm talking about self-battle is a mind battle. When the Five of Swords is upright, it's gonna have so many different meanings, but when we have there, it's quite a battle that you have with another people, with yourself, but you are not 100% clear, or you're gonna have certain people that, you know, that cheating and, you know, that kind of not trustworthy energy. But having rebirth is totally opposite. It's the time for you now to say, I'm done with this. I'm done with this mind play, like mind game. I just don't want to carry on with the same mindset. I really don't want to carry on. And because I was just doing a little shuffle, and most of the time when it's a reverse card, I like to pull down another card. It's funny because you're already in this moment to say, I'm really detaching myself from all what is happening in my head, because it's not happening outside. Outside, I'm really good. I'm owning my life. I have a new projects. I have new things, but in my head, I'm still have that kind of movement, and I think that I'm battling with someone else. I think that I'm having that kind of a war. But then you have the Seven of Wands, and it's a fight card too. And that's why I was saying fighting, because when you have the Five of Swords, it's actually like they're giving up. They're giving up to entertain that thought to push yourself down. Entertain that thought that is not longer serve you, that help you out. So you have the Seven of Swords of Wands, which is actually fire energy. It's going to be Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. You have all of this energy too. You have people probably that are helping you to battle this, to like to wake you up and say, wow, you are really lucky. You are already like the King of Swords. You are really detaching yourself, all of this. And I think the Seven of Wands is making you more strong to become and be that Nine of Cups, the Nine of Coins or Nine of Pentacles that you have it in the present moment. I don't want to go to the bush. I think it's helping you to be mindful, to be ready to live the present right now, and cut the the problems that you have in the subconscious, the problem that you have in the head space, and clean a little bit the air. This is something that, bear in mind, this is really good for you, Gemini, is to leave a space for new experience, for new things that you really want to have. And also build, because it's everything about building, leaving behind. It's quite a mixture of things. So I felt, for whatever reason, that you say, I'm really done with this situation, and I really don't want to have more fights with my head. And I'm telling you, you have 2, 2, 5, 5. And I have to say, like, in 2 of Wands, 2 of Coins, 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords. It is really intrigued for me when I see 9, 9, both of them together, and then you have 2, 2, and 5, 5. All of them in the same line. So when you have the 9 of Swords and then you have the 9 of Wands, it's actually telling you that this battle, you can win it, and all this battle, you have to leave it behind. All you have to do is release and let it go. Let me see what is in the Moonology card, but what most of the time I think is going to be that just cutting out and just release the stuff and leave time and a space for the good, and don't bring again what you already defeated, because the 5 of Swords, and this is the last thing that I say, is the defeating card. It's a feel defeated, but you are reversed, which you feel, okay, yeah, maybe I defeated, but I can defeat you. I'm gonna literally break through of this problem because I am raising up. I have the 7 of Wands with me. I beat it, everybody else is here, so I can do, I'm the boss. So remember, you are the boss of here since the beginning. Even if the outcome is going to be, I feel super betrayal, or I feel that I'm defeated, you are not defeating, you are not doing things wrongly, you have literally fight with really strong mental anguish and you're getting out of it. Using the detachment is really good. All Gemini have it. You can detach yourself from emotion, you can detach yourself from other people's thoughts and care about yourself. So let me see what's in the moon card. Oh, all right, what do you need to release? I'm sorry, I even didn't know that these cards say that, because I most of the time putting down. It's funny, we was talking about what do you need to release. Remember that we have the new moon in Libra right now. So the new moon in Libra is everything about new beginnings, new starting. But we're gonna have at the end of this month another full moon. They talk about the blue moon, and it's in Taurus, which is grounding. And it's perfect for you because you have earth, earth, earth. You have everything about grounding. It's asking you, hey, be grounded. Hey, put the feet on the floor. Let's see what's going on. Be more realistic. Be more present in the moment. Don't go so far away. Be here. Let's see what's going on. What is in your surrounding? What the smell? What is the taste? What that look? What that feel? It's giving you the five senses. It's giving you to come back to the present. So you have this to say, what do you need to release? And it's a warning moon, but it's going to be more of the ending when it's going to be the full moon. So think about it, journal, think about it, how much you, and also cheer yourself up. You know, how many good things you are doing, how good you are becoming, how good things you are achieving. And remember that you have the 7 of Wands, which is people and also can be you, to fight against this, to say, this is not right, I'm gonna win. So every single time you will win about it. So think about that's going to be now the legendary affirmation card. So say, I act fiercely while taking wise measures to protect myself. I think that this is a really good one. You can put it in the journal, you can put it anywhere that you want to, but I do believe that yes, at some point you need to protect yourself. At some point you have to become more realistic, you have to become more mindful of who you are right now, and don't expand yourself and give everything to everyone. I think it's time to go, as I mentioned, own yourself from the roots and be you. So it's the only matter of the time that you have to protect yourself. But I think I act fiercely, I don't know if I say it right, while taking wise measures to protect myself. Like, don't be afraid to do stuff, but at the same time, be absolutely intelligent and be as smart as you are to protect yourself, for anything can happen around you. So I hope you like it. I'm really happy to have you here. This is November reading. Welcome back to Mark After Me. I am Tru, so please like, subscribe this video. If you want more content, just check the next videos. Thank you so much, and bye bye.